Chapter 8. Listen to your conscience. Inner voice. Words of wisdom. Conscience is our inner voice. Conscience tells us what is right and what is wrong. Conscience leads to the right path. Conscience awakens us at every step of life. Conscience is a true guide. It is our inner voice that is hidden in our heart and tells us what is right and what is wrong, what should be done and what is to be avoided. It is the voice of God Himself. During the time of distress and hardship, our conscience is our guide as it fills us with a sense of responsibility and duty. There are many examples of the people who followed their conscience. There was a great guru. He had many disciples. The guru wanted to test the truthfulness, honesty, and courage of his students. One day, he said to his students,
"Dear student, as you know, the marriage of my daughter is very near. I am in need of some money for her marriage. So, every one of you has to bring some money from your house. But be careful. Your parents should know about it."
Next day onwards, the students started bringing the money. They stole the money and none of their parents came to know about it. There was a student named Abdul who did not bring anything. The teacher said to him,
"Abdul, everyone has brought a little money for the marriage of my daughter, but you haven't brought any. Why?"
"Sir, I tried to steal the money, but when I entered the room, I saw someone watching me, so I could not steal,"
replied Abdul. The teacher asked him to try again. Abdul gave the same reply the next day. Now, the teacher got angry and said,
"If you don't bring money tomorrow, you will be punished."
Poor Abdul came empty-handed the next day too. His teacher wanted to know the reality as he knew that Abdul was a truthful student. He said,
"Why don't you bring any money?"
"I'm sorry, sir. I could not bring it, as I saw someone always watching me while I tried to steal,"
replied Abdul.
"How can it be possible that some person keep you watching every time? I can't believe that,"
said the guru.
"Sir, you yourself told me that God is present everywhere. He watches everything. He is present in each and everything. So, the presence of God prohibits me from stealing the money. His voice asked me not to steal the money. It is very bad conduct. And so, I obeyed my conscience. You can punish me if you so desire,"
said Abdul. Abdul's teacher took him into his arms and said,
"You are the best disciple. I have no need of money. I just want to test the honesty, truthfulness, and courage of you all."
Children, you must remember that God keeps a watch on all our activities. He tries to prevent us from doing misdeeds whenever we think of doing any. He does so through our conscience, which is rightly called the voice of God. Read another story. Mohan was a small boy. He was in need of some money, but he dared not ask his father for it. He saw his coat hanging on a peg. So he stole some money from the pocket of his father's coat. Mohan's father came in the evening. He found that some money was missing. He asked everyone in the house about it, but it was of no avail. Mohan also told lie. But in the midnight, when everybody was sleeping, his conscience pricked him. He felt uneasy. He tried very much but could not sleep. At last, he gathered courage. He took out a piece of paper and wrote,
Father, I am your unworthy son. I have stolen the money from your pocket on my brother's inciting. I am highly ashamed of my behavior. Kindly pardon me. I promise that I shall never repeat a sin like this.
Next morning, Mohan's father found the letter on his table. He called Mohan and taking him in his arms, loved him very much. He praised him instead of scolding him. Everyone praised Mohan for his courage. Do you know who Mohan was? He was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who later became the father of the nation and got us freedom. Read another story. There was a small boy. His name was Jawahar. He was the son of a leading advocate of India, Pandit Motilal Nehru. One day, he saw two nice and expensive fountain pens on his father's table. He felt tempted to take one of them, so he took one of them. When his father returned from his office, he found one pen missing. He asked everybody in the house, but the pen was not found. When he asked Jawahar, he told a lie and denied taking the pen out of fear. His conscience also forced him to reveal the truth, but small Jawahar was not as courageous as Mohan was, so he did not confess. After some days, the pen was found with him, and his father gave him a sound thrashing. This beating opened his eyes and stood Jawahar in good stead. He decided not to tell a lie in his life again. He decided to pay attention to his conscience and refrain from wicked acts. Do you know who Jawahar was? He was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister and builder of free and modern India. You must have read the story of Emperor Ashoka, who defeated the Kalingas. In that war, considerably a large number of people were killed and injured. On seeing the pool of blood on the battlefield, Ashoka's conscience pricked him. He heard the inner voice, the voice of God, and made up his mind never to fight again and began a new era of winning the hearts of people with love. Dear children, if you listen to the inner voice or conscience, it will always keep you on the right path. Your conscience is your true friend and it guides you forever. But on the other hand, if you continue ignoring your conscience, you are sure to be losing the guidance of God's voice. So, don't get your conscience silenced. Your conscience will always awaken you and help you at every step of your life. You can overcome your anger, temptation, selfishness, and greed only if you follow your inner voice. So, listen to it regularly and follow it promptly. Your inner voice will make you a self-confident, fearless, brave, courageous, honest, and successful person. Listen to the voice of conscience, the voice of God.